And now we are going to have, I would like to invite all the NeIC project managers up here. So everybody needs to take a chair over here, and then I want Radovan Bast up here next to me as the first speaker. And while everybody is settling in here, I think we are going to hear the 6 project being pitched, so we all get a good introduction. We are all working in our separate projects, but our project managers at NeIC has a very special role. You are the actual drivers. You are the cross-border managers. You have managing highly specific deliverables, and you are making it happening across borders. And I think this is some of the unique thing with the Nordic collaboration that we have. We create, Gudman was talking about all the fun activities, but actually also I think our projects are also the most important team building activities that we have. We are not each other's, institutions managers, but we are working together cross borders on the same missions without being each other's employees, so to say. And this can only succeed if you are good managers and good environment and friends across borders and respectful. So, and I think this is one of the key assets that has been built in NeIC and that we are still treasuring. So with that word, I want to welcome the first project manager, Radovan Bast, to pitch about CodeRefinery.
And time is running, I think. So it's so nice to be here in this wonderful city. Hi, everybody. And my name is Radovan Bast, and it's fun for me to tell you a little bit about the CodeRefinery project, which is one of the now longest running projects in NeIC. And what we do in this project is it's really about teaching the essence, the essential tools in software development, in computing, in managing data. And these are typically essential tools that are missed in traditional education. And we focus on reusability, reproducibility, and openness. And it's really not just about the lessons, it's not just about the training, it's really about the training network. It's about the people and the community. Next slide. I don't know how to switch. Oh, here. Thanks. And the workshops that we teach in CodeRefinery, they are these days getting really big. We very frequently teach 500 people. These workshops are online. And then we often feel like air traffic control. So for the organizers, it can feel a little bit like air traffic control in a control tower. And then we need to coordinate all the instructors and helpers and learners. And on the lower left part is a photo from the teaching setup of one of my colleagues. So it's really quite involved. Many people are involved, many organizations are involved. You see many logos there. And we all contribute to deliver this collaboration and training across funding borders. And the way we like to teach is we like to teach together. Our events we like to think of them as like a TV watching party. These workshops are live streamed, recorded. We always have 2 instructors who co-teach. It's like 2 TV commentators. And then the watching party can be either, some people prefer to follow on their own and do exercises on their own, but one model that we really like is to bring your own classroom. We have classrooms that meet together in a physical room or in a virtual room and following our workshops together. And on the final slide for our project, I list some of the principles that we use in how we teach. And we always notice that these are quite unique when we go to different courses, different workshops. So we always teach together. There is a pilot and a co-pilot. Everything is always live streamed and recorded. We put a lot of emphasis on high quality screen share, high quality audio. We let participants choose their own path. All the questions and answers are written, are published, and this feedback, collecting feedback during the workshop and after the workshop is so important for us. It's all about the community. We started with lessons, but now it's all about community management. My time is up. Thanks so much. Let's talk more about CodeRefinery in the breaks.
Thank you, Radovan. Thank you very much, Radovan. It's impressive impact that you've made with CodeRefinery. Abdulrahman is next, talking about Heilsa Tryggvedottir project.
Yes, so today I'll talk about the Heilsa project, Tryggvedottir. First of all, I'm just a project manager for a very short time, so all the credits to Anna Hagwell, who have been the project manager for this project for several months and also the first 2 years and a half. Heilsa Tryggvedottir is the third iteration of 3 Tryggve projects. And the Tryggve projects are the sensitive data services in the Nordics. And we were trying to interconnect the sensitive data environments, or what is called now as TRE, Trusted Research Environments, together to make sort of a federation, to have common practices for computing and storing sensitive data, and maybe to move data between these TREs. This Tryggvedottir project was mainly focused on making the unknown and unavailable findable and accessible. This is sensitive genomic data. So you have the genomic data and you have characteristics. You want to be able to securely share this data and securely do some processing and cross-border analysis of this data. And this is the core product starting in the Tryggve federated platform, European Genome Phenome Archive, which used to be a place for central storage of sensitive data. So people from different countries, they put their sensitive data there, but this was not legally very accurate because you cannot just move data from one country to another. So then they have developed this federated model where you keep the data in your place, and then you have the website where the metadata is stored and accessed in a central EGA. And this was a very good model that was working in Europe, and now it is spreading. And actually our team in Heilsa, they developed very large portion of this. I would say most of the federated EGA is developed by the Nordic team. So this is the scenario. The user the researcher sends a request, gets the data downloaded, and is also possible to do the computing on a secure environment. So there can be multiple of these, and they can be connected to one secure computing environment. This is a work in progress. Now we have a number of these federated EGA instances in operation. Some of them are in the Nordics, and the very good team has developed the Secure Data Archive handbook. You can hear more about this during the sensitive data session and the sensitive data workshop. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Abdulrahman. And next speaker up is Antti Valkonen from CSC on talking about Nordic Microdata database.
Hello. Nordic Microdata database. So I'll try and be short. Good morning to everybody, first of all. So Nordic Microdata database, the goal is similar to what I imagine all of the project's goals are, to enable research or do better research. In our case, it's through better data, or you could replace the better with wider or easier or whatever, but yeah, we're facilitating access to data, or we want to do that. We have two goals, maybe. The first and very clear goal is company level data. So the microdata here refers to company level at this stage. What does that mean? Well, we want to have basic information of the company. So when was it founded? In what industries does it operate in? Where was it founded? Where is it established? Some information about its size, etc. Financial statements, so balance sheets, income statements, etc. Group structures, ownership. You could, keep going as long as there is a company identifier. Attach anything, and you're creating something there. So that's what we wanna get, and we wanna facilitate access to. The partners here are Aalto University, Copenhagen Business School, Norwegian School of Economics, Research Institute of Industrial Economics in Sweden, and Stockholm School of Economics, and of course NeIC, who is facilitating this project. All of these countries where they operate and the organizations, they have basically their own database that has company level data, that has that data. The problem is that they're country specific. So what we want to do is we want to create a Nordic database that it will make this more efficient. Not everybody has to run their own, but also then you can do comparative studies, etc., etc. There are three components to this project. They're pretty simple. So we need the data, we need some infrastructure, and we need a governing body. And the fourth one is at this point that we do need a continuation to this project. So if this ends here, it won't really offer any concrete value, at least immediately. So with the data that I talked that we want, we have figured out that vendors are not very easily, at least, able to do this. And I'm running out of time here, but so we're going for getting the data from the authorities. We're doing a proof of concept for infrastructure with CSC, and probably going for guardianship for the governing body, and looking for additional funding for NMD2. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great. Okay, and it seems like almost keeping time here. So next speaker is, you will look at this, is Alberto Lanzanova, and talking about NordIQuEst.
Hello, also from my side. I'm Alberto Lanzanova. I'm project manager for NordIQuEst. That is a really short and fancy acronym that stands for a really long project name. That is the Nordic Estonian Quantum Computing E-Infrastructure Quest, which I think it gives the idea on what we are doing in our project. We are on a quest for quantum, as we say. We have several partners from several different countries across the Nordics, from Chalmers University, CSC in Finland, Danish Technical University, SINTEF and Similar Research Lab in Norway, University of Tartu here in Estonia, and VTT in Finland as well. And we started a project basically a couple of years ago, 1st of April 2022. What is the main goal of the project? From the bottom is to combine several high-performance computing resources with several different quantum computers across the Nordics. The fact that the project is needed, it was basically because of that. This is the first project of its kind in which we try to build this kind of infrastructure. It came before. Also, RHPC, JU announced the call for quantum computers and so on. So this was really the first of its kind. Why it was needed? Because these resources, this knowledge, this expertise, this know-how is just spread across the Nordic. So in order to get the most out of what each organization, each of these resources can do, was just to pull together resources and the knowledge and try to build something that would serve as best as possible the Nordics. We are still going on, and we have different kind of activities related to algorithm that we are trying to build. We are still working on the access and the project handling, and you will hear about Puhuri because we are also collaborating and working with them as well. And then we also have training education, user-based assessment, so understanding what the users of this infrastructure need and how to better serve them. What we achieved so far in a couple of years of project, well, you can fact check, but we were the first project that did this academic connection between a quantum computer in Sweden, quantum computer somewhere in a different country, and a supercomputer in a different country. So we connected, basically when the project kicked off, the Lumi supercomputer in Finland, in Kajaani, with the quantum computer Cal 9000 at Chalmers University in Sweden. Since then, we had several different demonstrations in which we connected different computers with different quantum computers with the different HPC system. And we also had a demo at the EU Digital Assembly last year that you can have a look. I put the link. I think that the slide will be available. You can have a look at all these materials because we have some videos and proof of that. And finally, we also have we are kind of an inflation project because we have different kind of projects that started later on. They're kind of built on what we are doing at the moment, like OpenSuperQ Plus and LumiQ as well. And then very last, we have 2 quantum schools organized together with the NCCS, and we are about to announce the 3rd one coming soon. So I think my time is up. This is just what we have been doing so far, but that's it.
Very well. Mattias Wadenstein on the Nordic Tier 1.
Yes, thank you. I'm here about the Nordic Tier 1 facility. That's about data from the LHC experiments at CERN and their Nordic. And the goal is to provide a common Tier 1 facility in the Nordics. The timeline is, from 15 years ago to 2056, roughly. The result is better value to researchers at a lower cost than the comparison option of running many national Tier 2 centers. Current result is also we have about 80 petabytes of storage currently online, being accessed at, yesterday it was 30 gigabytes per second. How do we do this? Well, we collaborate between the involved Nordic countries and NeIC. We use a distributed Dcache storage solution to provide a common namespace and access to distributed resources. We use ARC for computing, which stages the data ahead of doing batch computing for low latency access. And this means that the combination of Dcache, which is reliable and cheap, and the ARC cache that is fast and cheap, is a possible way of getting rapid access to a large data set. I think that was it. So, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. It looks like we're going to make it. So, Anders, welcome to Anders, talking
Thank
about
you.
Puhuri.
Right, so Puhuri. Actually, you saw the first slide there. Basically, I wouldn't have to say more than that, because that's what Puhuri is, bringing resources to users and users to said resources. That's our game. Of course, there's a bit more to it than that, but that's basically what we're doing. So here's the problem. How does allocators from multiple organizations allocate access to multiple resources as requested by multiple users across multiple countries? So basically, we want to go from that, a fully connected graph, all-to-all, to this. That's the solution, in our view. So it's basically, we put what we would say Puhuri in the middle there, and making sure that anyone who wants to allocate anything can do that, and anyone who wants to access anything can also do that. So it's sort of a one-stop shop. Now, you see the problem here. How do you know who people are? Well, for us, Giant provides the MyAccess user registration and the identity provider proxy. We also have the identity providers. Is this one on? Yeah. Where you have sort of a level of assurance attribute for the user's identity. That is, remember when you were like 18, you want to go clubbing, and you use your crayons to draw your own ID card, and you went to the bouncer, and then he says, well, I don't really trust this ID. That's sort of the thing we want to do here. We want to have someone coming back and say, no, that's actually an ID. So that's the level of assurance. Your buddy behind you in the queue saying that, oh, that's an actual ID, isn't it? Right, so Giant will procure a solution, that buddy for you, telling you that that's an actual ID. So looking ahead, we want to do the sustainability work, because at the end of the day, there's only so much funding to be had. At some point, someone has to pay for it. So we need to have a sustainability of this, either by finding someone who would want to keep running this or charging money for it. As a side note on that, EuroHPC-JU is procuring a resource allocation solution in 2024 as we speak. We would very much like for Puhuri to be part of that, of course, because we think we are the best at doing this. And then Lumi, which is our main use cases right now, well, it will be operated for several years more, so I think the future is sort of secured in that sense. And of course, new customer cases, we are actively searching for that, so digging up some more money will be good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anders. I think this was excellent insight into all the good work that is being done in the community of NeIC and locally. Now it is time for coffee break, and we're going to continue in the afternoon. There's a discussion session, NeIC's future discussion, where we will also bring all these good content into that discussions. So should we give the fantastic project manager a big hand and then enter for coffee breaks? Thank you very much.